We show up at this guy's house, long beard, big smile, and that's about all we know. What's about to happen? And we don't know, and we step out into the unknown.
Justin likes to do these F3 workouts.
His personality is contagious, and if that doesn't keep you coming back, the beard does.
They are really tough workouts.
He's a strong, generous, caring leader. One of the big takeaways for me is just how much he gives.
Iron sharpens iron, and he's a really hard piece of iron.
Justin's awesome. You should be in the group.
So coming into the group, provider to me meant being the 1950s dad or man.
People usually look at a provider as I'm providing an income. And for me, honestly, that's usually the way I thought about it.
Going to work, taking your briefcase and go sit down at a desk and bringing home a check.
In order to be a provider, you have to have something to offer. And I did not feel like I had something to offer before being part of this group.
I definitely think working is a part of it, but there's also this other spiritual part of, am I providing for my wife spiritually? Am I providing for my family emotionally? Am I providing in a way that I am present in people's lives?
Being the rock, being the foundation for people in each of those areas.
Being a blessing and being a protector.
There's this universal idea of being a provider. There's a biblical view of being a provider, but then there's some cultural outpourings of this idea of being a provider. And I don't think I would have even thought about that or engaged with that if I hadn't been in a group with guys that just come from a different cultural context. We're all together and in similar seasons of life, but with slightly nuanced kind of life situations.
We're looking for something that will truly help us fill that void that only God can fill.
The way I kind of liken it is, you really feel like you're in the dark and you don't really know exactly where to go, but you can see up this path by maybe 5 feet. And then after that, it's just pure darkness. It's oh my gosh, okay. But you take those steps to get to that point, and then it's just a little bit more is illuminated for you. And so this group allows you to be able to take those first steps and then get a little bit more of a picture.
And then with Justin being a phase ahead, he can look back on the things that he did during the phase of life that we're in and be able to speak into that. So having people to walk with and then people to look up to within the same group was really cool.
So when you do this, you're learning from other people. You're learning from Justin. You're learning from the people that Justin knows. You're learning from all these years of experience through these books that we've read.
Through reading the books, I really developed a love for reading. I've never really had that fire of wanting to read.
One of the books that we read that had a really good impact on me, really big impact on me really, is Love Does.
Was this book, Love Does?
One of them definitely has to be the first book, Love Does.
Love Does.
In that book, he goes through a tremendous amount of examples of things that to me seem impossible for one person to go through.
Bob Goff is talking about his intentionality throughout the book, but then we're seeing it paired with Justin's, and then also, we're being kind of brought along into this intentionality. So one of the things from this group that will stick with me for a lifetime was honestly the story weekend.
So we literally spent an hour just telling our story, which for most people probably feels really uncomfortable just to talk about yourself for an entire hour. And so it's really a great self-reflection of something you have to do, and then also having to give away that reflection.
It takes everybody to another level, and you can kind of skip all the fluffy, what do you do, where are you from, all the filler talk. You can jump straight into the, I know who you are, what can I pray for you more than the surface level things.
I think without Justin, there would be a part of my life, I feel like I want to say incomplete, but it really would feel kind of incomplete, that there would be the part of this life that I would never know about.
Justin has pushed me to face hard facts. Justin has faced me to think, and he's challenged me in so many different so many different ways that have now compounded in different areas of my life because of his intentionality because of his style of leadership.
And that first step that he's taken with this is going to have a change that ripples through different generations of people.
I feel like a lot of the guys here, we're all kind of like rocket ships. Like, I think we're all guys who would be successful in life without this. But I think for a lot of us, we're probably more shooting for the moon. Like, people are like, shoot for the moon, go as far as you can. I think Justin literally took us from shooting for the moon to shooting for Mars.
For me, and I've committed this to you, you know, I want to honor you and your commitment to us by saying I commit to leading a group like this.
Thank you for leading us to possibly do this ourselves as well.
Free babysitting for a couple of years, Justin.
Man, I'm just so grateful for you, and we all envy your beard.